Well, we started, we were looking for a place, and then we actually opened as the Hope Centre about 6 years ago, and we had just a small accommodation, and we were just taking people, it was referred homeless people, and they would come and have a meal and a shower, and they would actually get help with the services to try and get benefits and things like that. But the big thing about it was that it has a friendly, very friendly atmosphere. We've got, at the moment, we've got just under 300 volunteers, and they're on a rota basis. And quite frankly, you know, we sort of very much are alongside everybody. And then during the winter, we started, this will be our 4th year, we do winter shelter, and that is 7 of the churches in Rugby take it in turns, and they do 15 people a night, and then the beds are transferred over to the next church, and then each church provides. The big thing about this is that the homeless people know that there's an awful lot of people out there that really care, because it's quite a lovely family atmosphere, and we have found that some of our guests will come back, like we had a couple today, they come back, they met here, they've actually got married, and they're really, they've got a place, and the young lass has got a job, and she has just filled in an application form to help us. And I think that's the essence of any of this type of work, is the fact that people become part of what you're actually doing. It's there's so many different concerns people have. It isn't just homelessness. So we are moving to expand to be able to provide health services. So you can actually, they can here, because it's so difficult to get GP and medical connections when you're homeless. And in this way, in a friendly environment, they can actually get various, because you hear of some dreadful cases, and it isn't necessarily, it's just anybody. This can happen to anybody in today's society. I think with people losing their jobs and contracts, and just the way life is changing, and families are moving about and are not as stable as they were. So it happens across the board. It could happen to your son, your family. And I think the biggest thing we've found is that we all seem to be part of each other. 300 volunteers, and they love coming. Because I think they just see that they can really be helpful. The problem is getting bigger, and particularly with today's limitations on services, because we are a charity, a limited company, and we are just reliant on funds. But the biggest thing is there's a lot of goodwill. There's a lot of people that want to make a difference, and it's certainly making a difference to our town, because there was nothing here 10 years ago, whereas now, if you were in that position, you would have somewhere to go. Of course, we've just moved into this new place, and the numbers have doubled, because where we were, it was limited. But what we're doing is thinking, the numbers have doubled, but we're saying, how can we help more effectively? And there's no doubt about it, if you can give people a helping hand to get back into accommodation, and then get some work, and we have had successes in this, then it just gives them a new start. And of course it saves, they're not reliant on social services. makes a difference to the whole of the community. We had a young woman come in, and she was really on the verge of calling it a day. And she couldn't even look at anybody, you know, she'd have a cup of tea. Then by the end of the week or fortnight, she got sort of, when I say integrate, got to know more people. And then when she realised it was safe, we had the pleasure with this young lass of actually seeing her come right through and get a job and get reconnected with her family, because she got young children. And I mean, that was a privilege. You don't normally see that. What you normally see is just a part of the journey. But I mean, that is wonderful, you know.